Dr. Neil Shastri-Hurst.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. And may I join others in the House in paying tribute to Figen Murray and her fellow campaigners who have been tireless advocates for positive change. May I also congratulate the two new members on their maiden speeches today. The Honourable Member for Tiverton and Minehead, well, I think we could all do with a team of terrific and the stalwarts, and I'm sure both Mabel and Jessie will be looking down incredibly proud of her comments. And to the Honourable Member from the Forest of Dean, may I pay tribute to his service as a police officer and the courage that he showed in carrying out his duties. Madam Deputy Speaker, there can be no doubt in any of our minds as to the importance of today's debate. The horrific events that took place at Manchester Arena will be forever etched in our collective memory. My thoughts go out to all of those who have been affected by these and other terrorist attacks that we've witnessed sadly in recent years. When we are shaken by such egregious events, it reinforces that the first responsibility of any government, and all of us on these green benches, is the protection and safety of our citizens. It is incumbent upon us to take action to prevent these tragic moments in history from repeating themselves. That is why I believe this bill is a necessary piece of legislation to bring peace of mind and reassurance, to stand up to those who look to harm us and tear our communities apart. However, notwithstanding my overarching support for this bill, I note the significant requirements it places upon the events, entertainment and hospitality industries. Many in these industries are still recovering from the legacy of the pandemic. The financial requirements of this bill to be compliant will add further pressures. And I would therefore invite the Minister to consider offering financial and logistical support, especially to smaller organisations who struggle to predict footfall. This is particularly pertinent to those premises who experience seasonal peaks and troughs over the course of the year. As the bill currently stands, Madam Deputy Speaker, these local establishments will still fall under the qualifying premises as defined by Clause 2, subsection 2C, and will be required to put in extra measures at a personal cost. The second point that I wish to touch upon is that terrorist attacks evolve at a rapid pace. As we've seen over recent times, their evolution is much faster than the time it takes for legislation to pass through this House. I therefore inquire of the Minister, firstly, as to what considerations have been made to accommodate for this, and secondly, will there be regular reviews of the threats and countermeasures through the governing body? My third and final point, Madam Deputy Speaker, is that in its current state, the bill does not accommodate for organisations run by volunteers and temporary staff. Large places of worship and sporting venues all rely on the good-natured will of volunteers and paid agency staff in their peak times. I would therefore ask the Minister to engage with such organisations to find training arrangements that suit their capabilities, as well as meets the threshold for safety and security being sought after within this bill. Those queries aside, Madam Deputy Speaker, I welcome the introduction of this Act.